Not the Choice Scarf one that we were talking about earlier today, but I don't think we actually featured. Yeah. So yeah, I think team preview, and
we also haven't seen Talonflame yet today.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. I really like Tyranitar on Emmeline's side here. I think that looks really good. I mean, both Aerodactyl and Charizard don't love it. So
yeah, and taking weather control back from that Charizard is
so
always valuable.
Very excellent, yeah, always. And I think, depending especially on how the Gardevoir is trained, doesn't even necessarily have to Mega. Like, you can bring it and not Mega it, potentially.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, it really depends, obviously. It depends on, like, what your game plan is, but that's one of those cool... And I would say, actually, both of these trainers have that option of, Ned can also bring his Aerodactyl and just play it like regular Aerodactyl. Yes. Or he has, obviously, the option to Mega that. So they both have Pokemon fitting that description on their teams, which I really enjoy that sort of flexibility.
Yeah, Aerodactyl especially is utility regardless, carrying that Tailwind.
Yes, very good. Yeah, it's got, that Ice Fang for any potential Garchomps, which is not a relevant thing for Emmeline's side of the field, but, good tech on that for sure.
Something interesting that I've noticed is, I believe only 2 of Ned's Pokemon have Protect, that being Charizard and Kommo-o.
True. Yeah.
Aerodactyl, Basculegion, Kingambit, and Farigiraf. None of them have Protect.
Yeah, they're all fairly vulnerable. They're, like, very positional, I think, when your Pokemon are so...
And our players have poured over these team sheets, much as we have done, and they are now ready to begin.
Here we go. Reverie and Steve. What a duo of names. Absolutely incredible, I think.
Kingambit and Kommo-o versus Excadrill and Gardevoir as our leads.
Yes.
One would expect that Gardevoir to Mega.
One might. Okay, and it is synchronized in its base form rather than telepathy, so it does. If Excadrill were to Earthquake here, it would hit the Gardevoir. I wasn't sure if it was synchronized or telepathy in its base form. This one is synchronized though. So yeah, I feel like Gardevoir kind of is enjoying its life here. Kind of. I mean, like Kingambit does have that Iron Head, which is a problem, but Excadrill is also pretty threatening to the Kingambit, so I don't know that it even necessarily wants to stay in. We'll see.
Kommo-o is...
It also does have
perhaps terrified.
Yes, yeah.
Well, it does have soundproof.
Yeah, so the Hyper Voice is not so much a...
Maybe it's not as terrifying. Well...
Yeah. Yeah, and she is going for the Mega immediately, which makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
As one would expect.
Yep, into the Charizard. That makes sense.
High horsepower, yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Good
in the soundproof. Yep.
So you're hitting the Charizard, but
getting a little bit of chip onto that. Not an insubstantial amount of chip. That's not insignificant.
Probably
I would say.
Not what you would have wanted from a first turn.
Definitely not. But yeah.
Or Sphere will take Excadrill down to the sash.
And the Life Orb chip. Yeah. That soundproof on Kommo-o can take you off guard. Like, if you... sometimes you just forget to,
There's a lot of information on these team sheets, and it's so easy to overlook something.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I feel like whenever I'm playing, I feel like I reference my opponent's team sheet a million times more than my opponent ever references mine.
The ability especially is one that I feel like is easy to overlook because it's so often like the same thing, and then you also forget sometimes that, like, oh yeah, Hyper Voice is a sound-based move.
Yeah.
Just gotta be observant.
Oh, tiny Tyranitar. Kommo-o swapping out, and perhaps that... Yeah, okay, Kingambit coming back in. That makes sense. And then, yeah, Zard protecting, not wanting to... Just baiting to see if that Tyranitar comes in. Okay, and the Trick Room goes up. That's, I think, pretty fun here, potentially.
Trick Room on a Mega is...
Yeah, it's kind of like... it's like the Fake Out on a Mega thing we were talking about earlier. Like that supportive sort of...
It's one of those things you're not used to.
Yeah. It's fun, I think. Yeah, I'm also calling out this Kingambit as not only is it no Protect Kingambit, it's also... no Swords Dance Kingambit. This Kingambit is Kowtow, Cleave, Iron Head, Sucker Punch, and Low Kick. So it is just fully all in on attacking its opponent.
Yes.
As much coverage as possible, it looks like, on the inside.
Kingambit does not necessarily mind Trick Room.
It's pretty happy about it, frankly.
The question is, are Emmeline's Pokemon slower? Or in this case, would they be faster, I suppose? Given the speed flip.
Ooh, and then giving the Kingambit that Defiant boost Tyranitar may want to protect here and avoid that low kick. We'll see. Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that would be fairly devastating for Tyranitar. It must be said.
No kidding.
It does mean also that Emmeline cannot safely really bring in Excadrill anytime soon until the end of this Trick Room, unless the weather changes because of its Sand Rush ability. It is going to be the slowest thing on the field currently because of the Trick Room.
We did not see that Charizard Mega while it was out.
No, yeah, they would have to be, like, again, positional in that way. And I suppose, yeah, I mean, like, the Gambit cannot protect here. It has to switch out if it wants to not lose its Focus Sash right now. It doesn't have a choice, so... Although I do think it's staying in.
Speaking of switching out,
yeah.
Gardevoir comes back in for the Tyranitar.
Yeah, okay.
Gambit also leaving the
fair,
field.
yeah, very fair, very fair. Yep, and then that Fake Out is just not a thing anymore. Yeah.
Alright, so this Giraffe is very interesting. This Giraffe is running a Trick Room, Twin Beam, Thunderbolt, and a Roar.
Again, I love the Roar tag, and that is always so fun.
Second Pokemon we've seen on stream with
yeah.
Roar. Yep, and as we mentioned, not running Protect. It could try to undo Trick Room here. Don't know if it...
I don't know that it's even super moved
necessarily wants to.
Based on the way that the chip damage happened that turn, Gardevoir is actually the slowest thing on the field right now. So Gardevoir is not even in a position that it loves. Plus, obviously the soundproof on the Kommo-o is very annoying because Emmeline is forced to go for Psychic rather than that Hyper Voice.
In comes Charizard. We're seeing so much positioning, lots of switching in and out.
So yeah, with Darkest Lariat into the Charizard, it's a lot of damage.
That's pretty good damage, yeah.
And then that's still a lot of damage into
the Hyper Voice.
It'll resist it, but and it goes down at the with the Sandstorm.
Sandstorm triple take it.
So actually, Ned does lose his Mega without it. Never even did anything.
Without even clicking the button.
It basically just acted as a pool of hit points for his other Pokemon to take, advantage of.
Which sometimes is the best way to use a Pokemon.
It's definitely not an unviable way to maneuver your position on the field.
Not how you would love to use your Mega Charizard Y, however.
Not your favorite way to use it, especially when you're against opposing weather. Doesn't feel awesome to lose it without even managing to get the sun up at all.
Yeah, one more turn of Trick Room and Sandstorm.
Yeah.
But either of those could be potentially set back up, of course, as both Gardevoir and Tyranitar are still alive.
Yeah, there's a lot of just waiting to play things. Our trainers are definitely thinking about their next moves because.
As am I. This is
it's again weird positioning here. Yeah.
This is one of those games where we're seeing more positioning than attacking. Which is, in its own way, quite entertaining.
Flare Blitz onto... That's
that's
a ton of damage.
That's going to hurt that
There's
Kingambit.
always a possibility for a burn as well. Not this time, though.
Iron Head into a protecting Gardevoir.
Yep.
Sandstorm's gone. Trick Room's gone.
So Trick Room's successfully stalled out, but... I feel like Emmeline did not get quite as much out of that Trick Room as she would have preferred, but that it didn't put her in a bad position.
No.
I am curious. Yeah, I think because I Hyper Voice from Gardevoir kind of feels free here. I don't know. I guess I don't know if it would go down to a Sucker Punch from Gambit. It might. That I think was calling a swap into Kommo-o.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
So, yeah.
Iron Head.
That should just
I think we'll take it.
Yeah, should.
Yes.
So is Emmeline's Mega down. And then... Oh man, Farig is just so bulky. So bulky, yeah.
Citrus Berry?
Citrus Berry makes it even more so. Yeah. Interesting, yeah.
A Trick Room from Ned this time.
That does make sense. I mean, Kingambit probably is slower than that Tyranitar on the other side. And Excadrill is just absolutely hosed by a Trick Room.
There's Excadrill as well. Yeah, Excadrill. Not going to enjoy this.
No, it's not happy.
Should hit the field soon. Sandstorm back up.
And I do think, yeah, I do think Ned is in a pretty good position here. Even having lost his Mega without ever utilizing it for anything, even just positioning it around the field and just letting it soak up damage for him, this is not a bad position for him at all. It looks weird because the opponent Pokemon are both very healthy, but...
Ned's Kommo-o is in a really good spot, I would think.
Yes, I would agree.
Once it's able to hit the field.
Ooh, that's significant, like much smaller damage than I would have expected from that.
There goes Gambit.
Yeah.
Exchanging some damage before the Gambit ultimately perishes.
Yeah, I think Farig may be going down here as well from Tyranitar. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to enjoy this knockoff.
No, it's
even though it has already eaten its berry.
Doesn't love it, that's for sure.
Kommo-o versus the world. That's sad.
I don't hate its chances, to be honest.
Me either. We'll see how Trick Room affects things as well.
Yeah, and it doesn't have. I mean, it does have the clanging scales also for the spread move.
Yes.
But Tyranitar is in sand right now, and it does have that special defense boost from that.
Oh, and Kommo-o is lower HP than I realized.
Yeah, lower than you would really want it in this position.
Thought it was closer to full than to 62.
Yeah.
And it also is holding that life orb, so it's...
So it will be harming itself as it attacks.
Every time it attacks, so... Not looking particularly great for it here.
It doesn't love it. That's the soundproof. Yeah, from the parting shot. Yeah.
Soundproof.
Emily laughing. I get it. I also laugh at that sort of thing. I get it completely.
Sometimes it's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, I mean, when you make a play like that and you're like, oh, that was a big mistake. I shouldn't have done that. And then more health goes down. Yeah.
I forgot. He's also going to take Sandstorm chip.
The chip damage, yeah. And here comes Steve.
Steve,
who is not going to be doing much here, let's be real, but he's here.
Depends who Ned targets.
Yeah.
It's possible that he predicts the Excadrill to protect, but it doesn't matter. Low kick picks up the KO.
Yes, I'm really going to that game too.
Yes, game one going to Emmeline. That was such a fascinating battle of positioning at the beginning.
Yeah, extremely, yeah.
I was like 5 or 6 turns of
like just
mostly switching.
And like the never megaing the Charizard, like that wasn't a bad play on Ned's part, I don't think. Like I think he wasn't really given a lot of opportunity to use the Mega anyway. So I think that his use of his Charizard there, I don't really have a lot to criticize about that off the top of my head. Like I think that was reasonable. Those were not bad choices that he made.
I wonder if he even brings it again.
Yeah.
He may not.
Yeah, I mean, like, with the Sand matchup, you might want the Mega Aerodactyl, but also, Mega Aerodactyl is not offering you a ton
not necessarily
offensively into this team. Especially, the Incin can cut its attack,
Tailwind isn't necessarily going to work when the opponent has Trick Room.
Yeah, and then, Tyranitar is so bulky on defensive, so it really depends. It's kind of a...
This is one of those matchups where both players have options into the other team, and both players cover the other team somewhat well.
Yes,
it's a very interesting.
It's always
matchup.
so interesting when there's a best of 3 like that. I really prefer best of 3. I'm such a little salty person about the best of 1 ladder. I'm like, no, I hate best of 1. I'm like, but rationally, I'm like, I'm not. That's the same game. Like that's not a different game. But when it comes to sets like this, when the teams are so mix and match is about what you could bring and not, I'm always like, oh my god, I wish that could be a 3-game set. The adjustment is a huge part of what I think is so fun about this game.
There's information you get in a 3-game set, especially with open team sheets, that you simply don't get on ladder, and that it makes it in a lot of ways so much more of a mental game. you know what options your opponent has access to.
Yeah, it's a different type of mental game. It's like,
Yes.
you know, with the ladder, it's like you could have anything, and with this, it's I know what you have.
It is in some ways less of a knowledge check. Obviously, there still are knowledge checks, but it's
very
you have more
interesting.
information to work with. You just have to predict correctly, know what your opponent can do, and how to cover it.
Yeah. It's such a complex game. It's so much fun.
It is.
There's just so much
so
going
much
on at
going
all
on.
times.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Those are exactly the words I was going to use. Especially when you throw weather into the mix and Trick Room and
Definitely.
all these items.
Oh my gosh,
of which we have less of in this game, but
still, yeah, I mean, the
there's still some
information
options.
density to new players. I mean, for any of y'all who have popped in during like just the Champions era, this is your first game. That's crazy. Like, great for you. Well, especially people who are new to Pokemon specifically. Like, because there are people who are doing that. You know, like they're esports people rather than, you know, it's wild.
Anyway, to get back. Into the game, we have Basculegion on Ned's side
So
now.
I do like that swap to get some damage in on the Kingambit here.
And once again, Excadrill taken down to its sash.
I do think Excadrill may be going down here, double targeting with that Basculegion and Kingambit, but we'll see.
Gardevoir
It could be Iron Head as well.
Gardevoir did switch out into the Excadrill. Saw the Gambit, saw the Basculegion, decided it wasn't about that life.
Yep.
He got the heck out of there.
Definitely.
So Ned did bring Charizard.
Yes. Okay, that's a lot of damage onto that Tyranitar from that Iron Head. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that is two of Emmeline's very important Pokemon that are quite low already just by turn 2. So
Tough spot for Emmeline. You don't have your Trick Room setter on the field.
Yeah.
Not that Excadrill wants that to happen, but.
I mean, I guess the one saving grace is, you know, Excadrill is the fastest thing on the field right now.
Yes.
But Charizard could Mega.
Charizard could Mega. Kingambit
could use
protect,
Sucker Punch.
Which is important here.
It can't protect, but it can use Sucker Punch, which would instantly take out
yes.
The Excadrill. So, we're getting that Defiant boost again.
Didn't end up mattering last time.
No, so it ended up being fine. Not a huge deal, but...
And there's the Mega Charizard.
Yeah, and this should,
is able to get that Mega
Sun
up this time.
boosted should be doing just so much damage. Yeah, that's a good play because I expect Heat Wave or Sucker to be coming out here. Yes.
Nice Sucker Punch.
Yes, definitely. Okay, yeah.
Weather Ball.
That's also
okay.
not a bad. Yeah, still gonna do
Incineroar's
quite a lot of damage.
fine.
Even considering like Incine's whole bulk and resist.
35 into a resist.
Is still like kind of crazy.
Quite respectable.
Yeah.
Especially an Incineroar.
Yes, definitely. Obviously, it also depends on like how the Pokemon are trained, but yeah.
Incineroar does have that Citrus Berry.
Yeah.
So we may see that come into play.
And again, it's the switching games with the weather at this point again, as we've seen a couple times on the stream so far today.
Yeah, I wonder if this Excadrill might switch out, and
Yes,
it does.
yeah. Back into T-Tar, yes. Okay. Yep, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Sandstorm back. Take out into the Gambit.
That makes sense to me too. Heat Wave misses the Incineroar, and less important, I would say, than a Tyranitar, because especially you don't want to burn on that T-Tar. That would be fairly devastating.
No, that would be bad.
Yeah.
But T-Tar escapes unburned.
It does. Escapes unburned, but also
But
this
very
is
low on
yeah,
HP.
very, very low, and also
Yes.
this Kingambit, I like. Even for as low as it is, it still feels like fairly threatening here. Like, I think that Emily really, really wants it gone so that her Gardevoir can live a safer life and set a safer Trick Room. But that just does, like, Ned is not giving her a ton of opportunity for that off the bat. That makes sense too. And I think something to KO this, yeah. Hopefully, I would think we were hoping for, from Emmeline's side, getting to knock that Kingambit out with the Incin, but not that from the Defiant boost, probably from that Intimidate, did end up knocking out that Incin with that low kick.
Great position from Ned here.
Definitely, yeah.
Continues to improve after a very good start.
Definitely. Yeah, and then, Kingambit has a great opportunity here for just sucker punching right into Excadrill and eliminating it instantly.
This is one of those games where Ned was in such a strong position just based off of the leads.
Yes, definitely.
And then especially Gardevoir having to switch out, bringing in Excadrill, who immediately went out of the sash.
Yes.
It's so rough for Emmeline.
Very, very hard, yeah.
But a great play from Ned.
Definitely.
This Gambit, even as low as 15%, is still a threat and takes out the Excadrill.
Yes. The crit probably didn't matter. I'm gonna go with almost certainly not.
I would think that it could deal 1 HP without it.
Oh, yeah. I think that maybe curtains for this game, but there's still... Yeah, it's Gardevoir against 4 at this point, so I don't think...
Yeah.
I think probably...
Ned hasn't even revealed his fourth.
His fourth yet, yes. So I do think, Emmeline also notably has not Mega'd. She's going to have to, back to thinking about what's my game plan for next time, for this coming up, Game 3. Gardevoir doesn't love her life right now. I would say she's not having much reverie at the moment. She's really just not having a great time at all, thinking about what's incoming on this side of the field.
And there's the Kommo-o to potentially block a Hyper Voice.
Yep.
Ned reveals his fourth. It is the dragon again. The Alolan dragon.
Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense. Gambit certainly did its job.
Taking out the Gambit is nice and all.
Gambit was so,
it's such a rough
she
spot
really
here.
just wanted to get that thing down like a turn or two before.
Yeah.
If that instant hadn't gone down there, I think that her position would have been actually very good.
Yes, I agree.
So, yeah, that focusing down the Kingambit, I think, is probably one of her main problems that she's got to overcome for Game 3.
And this has been consistent throughout his entire meta since Champions dropped.
Kingambit has been oppressive.
Such a threat.
Yes.
Every single time. I mean, there's a reason when... Which regional was it? Or maybe it was like NAIC where Kingambit had a 70% usage rate?
Yes. Yeah, I think that
Not
was
the case today, of course.
Yeah, I think that was NAIC. It was insane.
I
really,
think you're right.
crazy.
It's probably
yeah.
NAIC.
Just nuts.
Kommo-o's down, but
I think that
Gardevoir is going to be slower
certainly
here and just
Basculegion is happy to use Last Respects right now immediately. So
not going to be able to find the damage quickly enough to take this game. Still, Emmeline perhaps getting some knowledge.
Yes, definitely. Yep, Last Respects cleaning up Gardevoir and changing so we can get over to Game 3. Really fun set so far.
Alright, we'll see what adjustments our players are able to make.
Yeah.
This is...
Yeah, I guess, what adjustment do you make in this position?
Credit to Ned for making that adjustment earlier, for having
yeah.
such a strong turn one that Emmeline was on the back foot pretty much the entire game, and especially was not able to take out the Kingambit in a timely manner.
Yeah, it is one of those very back and forth matches like we mentioned before.
I still feel like Charizard didn't end up doing that much.
Yeah, I guess
it had a better showing, but it still...
It definitely did, but it didn't feel like the start. It was that Kingambit that was really just a big problem.
It often is.
Yeah, oh yeah.
As we were saying.
Story of Champions, Kingambit is a big problem.
No kidding.
Well, yeah, crazy.
We haven't seen the Sinistcha from Emmeline's side, but...
Yeah.
Or the Talonflame.
And I understand.
I don't particularly think we will.
Yeah, the Sinistcha very hard to bring into a Zard team, and Talonflame hard to bring into your own sand. I feel because I do feel like she wants the sand here, and also maybe based on this team comp, the sand doesn't come with Talonflame every time. The T-Tar and the Talonflame might not end up working together all that often because it's anti-synergistic with the Talonflame's Gale Wings ability.
And
but it's certainly usable though.
And we were talking about Ned's Mega not being too impactful. I don't feel like the Gardevoir was either.
No,
it did take a KO toward the end, but at that
yeah,
point it was too little too late.
Yeah, for sure. So I almost kind of feel like it's very hard to decide what Mega you really want for Emmeline because the Tyranitar is just unbelievably threatened by the low kick from Kingambit, also the Aura Sphere from Kommo-o, especially without that sand. If Charizard can come in and rewrite that sand with the sun, then
I would hate to be in either of these players' shoes right now, simply because so much is riding
on like the lead.
Yes.
Okay, the Talonflame is here.
So much is riding not only on the lead but on this game.
Oh, an arrow! Wow. Okay.
It is Game 3. Loser goes home in our top 8.
This is an totally like unique leads from both of our trainers here.
The Aerodactyl and the Talonflame.
Yeah.
Staring each other down on opposite sides of the field.
One
both threatening
prehistoric
tailwind.
flying guy, one modern flying guy. Yeah, this is interesting. I do love a game like a turn 1 of a game where there's no fake out available. There's no there's not a lot of that going on with these teams anyway. Just the Incin on Emmeline's side.
Notably, Talonflame also threatening Will-O-Wisp into the
yes,
Kingambit.
that and like that really neuters Sucker Punch, for example, if it were to try to go for that.
The Aerodactyl would not like that either,
no,
for that matter.
Both of these Pokemon really don't want to take a Will-O-Wisp. I do think that Aerodactyl will outspeed the Talonflame here.
Yes, I mean it Mega Aerodactyl.
But yeah,
everything.
so like, yeah, the Tailwind there.
Although,
yeah, that'll do.
I was gonna say,
oh my goodness!
Gale Wings Tailwind,
Oh
this priority
my
Tailwind, which I
gosh.
was thinking would make Excadrill go first, and just immediately picks up the KO.
Oh man, that is so rough. Yeah,
huge for Emmeline.
Oh my goodness. So like, oh my gosh, it always feels so crazy to watch. A fossil Pokemon doesn't feel like it should faint that fast. I know that lore doesn't matter when it comes to VGC. It literally, but like in my heart, it doesn't make sense.
It's extinct for a reason.
Oh my god, that's so mean to Aerodactyl. You went extinct for a reason. Oh my god.
I'm just saying, they're all rock types, except for like one.
Yeah, the Galar one. But
not a good defensive type at all.
Yeah, it doesn't do much for you really. You're never really gonna love taking an Iron Head if you're a rock type.
No.
Yeah, so this positioning quite bad for Ned. He doesn't like it, and I don't blame him. He wants to get out of there with that Kingambit and save
Giraffe
Rocket, which is very
here,
understandable.
threatening Trick Room, which could be a good option.
Yeah.
Just counter the Tailwind.
Yeah.
Wisp into the
Wisp
Dragon.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
A little bit of that chip. It's not like super meaningful. It doesn't obviously nerf its damage output at all, but every little bit helps. And yeah, there goes the Trick Room. Which I think is probably fine because their Tailwind is not going to last forever. I think there's two turns left. 2 turns left. Yeah. This is survivable, certainly. Yeah.
And when Tailwind is gone, this could be beneficial for Gardevoir, even depending.
Also, it doesn't matter that the speed control doesn't matter right now because Talonflame is still at full health.
That's true.
It does still have access to that priority dual wing beat, which Kommo-o does not want to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, you were saying you don't really want to run Talonflame with Tyranitar. You'll get rid of your Gale Wings,
but in this case, yeah.
If you just don't lead it with Tyranitar.
Yeah, then that's
so there's the Tyranitar,
comes in now.
speaking of.
So I imagine the dual wing may be coming out into
Talonflame.
the Kommo-o at this point.
Talonflame, I was going to say, we'll get one more turn.
Yeah.
But no, the double switch.
Yeah. Oh, wow, really good. The double dark switch. There was no, that will hurt, but
good call. Oh. And just as we saw one rock type,
code,
we see another.
That is hard.
Setting up sand and then immediately piecing out.
Yeah, that's tough. That is a very difficult turn.
Not to be seen again for the rest of the set.
Yeah, and that was her only Mega option.
Yes, because as we can now see, Gardevoir not brought.
Did not come this time. So.
And for that matter, neither did Charizard.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, this has been crazy volatile. Like the Mega going down turn 1, and then Emmeline's going down so quickly after.
So this will be Talonflame's last turn of Gale Wings.
Yeah, the sand inevitably destroys that now. So I do think a Protect from Kommo-o would be quite...
it would make sense.
It would make a lot of sense here, yeah. Oh,
Or
interesting.
Protect
Okay.
from the Talonflame.
Thunderbolt.
Not
Yeah. Oh,
the
interesting.
Talonflame.
Yeah.
Okay. No paralysis.
Ooh.
Or Spear into the Incineroar
That's-
as well. Oh,
But and the
goodness.
sand will take it out at the end of this turn here.
I mean, Life Orb Kommo is strong.
Yeah. Citrus Orb. Or Citrus Orb? Not that. Wow. Yeah, that's an orange, I guess, right?
I mean, it's...
a Citrus Orange or Citrus Orb. That's just an orange. But yeah, so a little bit of chip from here. Yeah, the dual wing beat would have gone a little crazy there. I think would have been quite good, but that I don't think that this is unwinnable for her either.
Gale Wings finally offline. Kommo is burned, is taking Sandstorm chip and Life Orb damage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, its hit points definitely dwindling.
yeah, at this rate, it's not sticking around very long.
Not for super long.
But
no.
oh, it's making the most of its time on the field. That's for certain.
Definitely.
Darkest Lariat into the draft's
into
gonna
the-
do
yep,
a decent amount,
Quite a
but
lot of damage, but
Citrus Berry now on Ned's side will be eaten.
get that healing down. That
Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt onto the Talonflame should
That might just
clip
take...
those
Yeah,
wings.
not quite. Okay.
And then
Clanging
Clanging
Scales
Scales should-
clean
yeah.
up both
Yeah.
Pokemon.
And then all that Emmeline has left at that point is that Excadrill
It is a
on the other
lone
side.
Excadrill.
And I do not think it has much in the way of health.
Incredible turn 1 from Emmeline,
Yeah.
but great recovery from Ned.
Very good, yeah.
Still has the Kingambit in the back as well.
Yeah. Kingambit, which, again, like, Ned has really identified as his excellent, win con as far as that goes. Yeah.
Excadrill only at 29%.
Yeah.
Probably loses to a Sucker Punch
I believe
once
so, yeah.
Kingambit hits the field. If I had to
It's
wager, I
relative,
guess.
yeah. Usually they're just max with the attack and the speed. They don't usually train too much in bulk, so makes sense. Yep. It's Farig.
Speaking of, here is the
Back out.
Gambit.
Makes sense.
Protect. Is that the last turn of Trick Room?
I think it might
I think it
be.
may be. We will find out
We'll
here very
certainly
soon.
find out very quickly. Yeah. So yeah, Excadrill has I think one turn here where it's going to be very fast. Yeah, Sandstorm one turn left. It's
Yes.
going to be very fast.
But
And then yeah,
don't think it's going to live a Sucker Punch.
suspect not. Suspect not.
And
Yeah,
there it is.
There it goes. And yeah,
Ned
winner-
advances to our semifinals.
Yes.
GG's, Emmeline. Great showing.
Yeah, extremely cool. Like very cool set. Very fun
Yes.
team. Like team versus team. Very very good. Yeah.
That was out at top 8.
Yes.
Nicely done to make it this far.
Extremely cool. Yeah, I feel like we've seen like just a lot of very cool teams. I'm very happy with.
I
everything
appreciate the
that we've-
variety that we're seeing.
Yeah, definitely.
And when we have seen teams with more meta pieces, like Charizard, for example,
Mhm.
they don't all have the same Pokemon around them.
No, there's definitely like room to work with as far as like this kind of thing goes for sure.